everyone, and welcome to another brand new episode on House and Home. Thank you all so much for your company. My name is Lydia Ali and I'm your host. Now, before we get into this week's lineup, House and Home is a family-oriented program where we feature or highlight various details of family living and lifestyle to improve your home. Coming up on this week's episode of House and Home, we have our favorite True Guy segment, proudly brought to you by True Guy Limited. And later on the show, we have our Hatbokman segment with the Hatbokman himself, Joren Dangi. But first up on the show, before we get into all that good stuff on our lineup, we feature Equal Playing Field, a non-profitable organization that bases their mission on building strong communities of young people who promote gender equality and respectful relationships in their homes, communities, and schools. We had the opportunity to speak to two of their project officers, Evalis and Joy, and here's what they had to say about Equal Playing Field.
The positive feedback coming from them is also in public speaking as well. Seeing some of them that are very shy in speaking in front of people and coming out from the comfort zone that they can really speak in front of people.
Most of our youths that have started off with our programs also find that voice within to actually bring change into their communities as well and their homes as well.
And also, like when they enter a new working environment, they know what to say and what to do.
They also then tell us when they're progressing through the career pathways, they tell us that most employments have been also looking through their CVs and appreciating that they've done voluntary work within our space of advocacy.
So Equal Playing Field is a non-profitable organization that works directly with children under the age of 12 to 17, youths at the age of 18 to 30, and we work with teachers as well. Equal Playing Field's vision is a world where all people have an equal opportunity to strive. Our mission is, we believe, to inspire and empower the next generation to solve the world's greatest challenges, to champion in safe home, happy family, and strong community. Usually one of the biggest challenges is our timing as well. So usually Equal Playing Field works with the school, and we work alongside their timing. So once the school gives us a certain time that, oh, you should run your program at this time, and sometimes when we get into the school and our timing kind of clash with their timing, so sometimes we start very late, sometimes we start early. So that is one of the challenges. So for us to, how do we solve this is we ask the teachers or the head teacher that if we come in at 8:30 and if we don't start our program, then we can always start after recess, so that our flow of program it continues. So currently we are here at June Valley Primary School, running the Equal Playing Field for School program under the Respectful Relationship curriculum. So basically, the kids here have 8 different types of topics that they learn throughout our 8 weeks of program per term in the schools. So the kids learn about respectful relationship, knowing their human rights, also on empathy and trying to understand how a person is thinking or feeling. And also they learn about 5 different types of violence and abuse. The kids also learn about how to set their personal boundaries in relationship and off relationship as well. And then they learn about different types of support services and support persons that they can go to for help if someone is going through any forms of violence and abuse. So after the 8 weeks of program, the kids they get a certificate at the end of our program. So that's the certificate is to give to the kids of their participation throughout the term. So what happens after is when they get the certificates, we have another school that we go running the same program in different schools again. So what we do is we write expression of interest letter to the schools, and then if the school agrees on equal playing field coming into the school to run this program, and that's where we come and go in. But usually sometimes some school see the impact in our program, so they normally reach out to equal playing field to run a program. So this is how we work hand in hand with them.
Equal Playing Field started in 2012. In 2012 by our co-founder, Mr. Adam Avril and Miss Jackie Joseph. Initially, they piloted this project with young youths in Morata. However, when delivering the program, they also found out that this program would be best fitted for students in primary school within the country. Therefore, in 2015 is where we then rebranded ourselves or renamed ourselves to Equal Playing Field. And it's been well over 10 years now that we've been doing programs in primary schools in Port Moresby, did a little work up in Mount Hagen as well, and Bougainville, and a little pilot project in Solomon Island. So basically that, we've been partnering with the National Department of Education since then. I'd like to also encourage parents that involving your children in like extracurricular activities can really build their like personal development as well. Apart from just learning the importance in the classroom, it's really important to also allow them to explore what other opportunities are there. And I guess it's one of our challenges too is working with parents. And if you are a parent watching, please, I'd like to encourage you to involve your child in other extracurricular activities, whether it be sports or whether joining programs such as Equal Playing Field. And I'm sure there are other NGOs out there that provide similar programs as well. It's really good that it helps your child in character building and behavioral wise as well. So with Equal Playing Field, we don't do case management, but we only do child referral when it comes to like a child protection case. So for example, if a child discloses to us during one of our activities in school that they are experiencing violence or abuse at home, we don't deal directly of the case. However, we then do referrals to other authorities or other NGOs that can case manage that, and then we just do like follow-ups and to ensure that we close off on that case and that the child is safe. Also, with Equal Playing Field, we've been mandated by Teacher Service Commission to run investigations to any teacher that is causing harm or threat to or against a child. So this is just an information that can be shared with the general public as well to what we do and how actions can be taken if we come across such reports. It feels really empowering knowing that going into schools and teaching children or talking to even teachers or young individuals, having these feedbacks gives me like that drive or that motivation to continue doing my work and knowing that this passion that I have has not gone to waste, but it's also making an impact in the community as well.
It takes time to change, so change starts within and it goes out. So for you to change or for you to see a safer home and strong community, it starts within you. So do something for yourself, something good for yourself and for the nation. So thank you.
In the air, shape, Haus, every feminist, your body.
Welcome back to the show. Up next, we have our favorite Trukai segment, proudly brought to you by Trukai Limited. So without further delay, let's see what they have for us for this week.
Name Lomi, I'm Magalu Danagi. I'm the program manager here for City Machine New Life Skills Training Center. This is my second year now. I started in February, looking after the program for the last 2 years. We've got a great program here. Mipla teach him all, mipla train him all, mipla guide him all, mipla lead him all, mipla mentor him all, mipla encourage him all. Mipla give him this pla. Ogara something all. We have a house, we have a room, we have a space that only can sleep and water and stuff, light and stuff. But one pla issue and food. People cannot live without food. So we can teach a nice program, but suppose if there is no food, then for roots rice plus step in and help me. For me, it's big plus something that I'm benefiting young man, and you like roots rice would be proud for helping city mission with rice blongole. Maybe man, but are you talking something that we give no guy? Little finish. You put food on my stomach and I'll cut a tree down. Rice is one of the big benefit me lomipla loyana. You know what trukai rice mo give me rice. You know every month 150 trainees. People need him. It will be tough if people find him some black with the donations, trukai rice donate me roots rice. Every month only give me 100 bags. Suppose you look him this 100 bags, you calculate him by 160 yam man plus you calculate him like one day me almost cook him about 50 kilos of rice one per day. So that's close to equivalent to 5 bags. I myself am one of the story barista program, and now I'm sitting here talking as a program manager. I've been through this program. That's something that I can tell the young men here about my story, and they can look on my story and probably building life on top of this. We had spiritual programs, we had activities where people need to attend him both physically and spiritually. So time we attend him this programs, and we change him life, mindset, view, what we can think about in the future. Time me pelukim yang plaman, me pelukim mono sememo raskol man, bagarap man. They're good for nothing. There's nothing good can come out of them. But when you look back, one pla social make you one pla garden. You don't look at the soil itself. You just gonna try to creating this soil to be the best soil where you can produce nice pla properly out of. So this to yang pla magi, and that's the same way me looking mono sem. They are a soil that needs to be cultivated, fertilized, so people can plant him kaikai antap logen na bring him kaikai out of logen. Ogata yam plamangi will come here program. They don't pay anything. All they do is they bring their clothes, they bring their bags, and everything come na. People just provide him more food na, house na, waran or something. The young men just get it for free. And with trukai rice, we jump come in law, give him rice. These young men eat, and they can run out there. Na set him this potential blow na display him this talent blow because they have a full stomach. They have something in their stomach to make them have energy to go out there. On behalf of City Machine, side board management team and our staff here City Machine Skills Training Center one time man. Like talk big thank you roots rice. Step in this area meet him this need kai. Like also like talk thank you Truka Industries thingy me to this area allow him roots rice come na support him. So big thank you you plan like I said you guys have contributed plenty yam mangi. Now all mangi stuff and more kai roots rice stuff.
Kai we misa kai roots rice. Nice law kai. Time.
Roots rice, I want pla nice pla rice where misa like him lanem, nice pla taste lanem, time by cooking lanem, na by kai lanem and one nice pla taste.
Bla kugi rice do mangi roots rice, nam bla sa gimu mangi masala again.
Welcome back to the show, and thank you for sticking around. If you've just joined us, you're watching House and Home, and I'm Lydia Ali. Up next, we have our Hatokman segment, and Jordan Dangi shows us 5 different ways on how you can tie your shoelaces, especially on your boots, whether you're going out for hiking or just a casual spin with your friends and family.
Hey everyone, a very good night to you and thank you for joining me on another segment of Hatokman on House and Home. I'm your host, Jordan Dangi. Now in this segment, we're going to show you 5 different ways of tying your shoelace. Now let's just get straight into it. Now these 5 different ways of tying your shoelace are basically used when you are outdoors. You're going on camping or even hiking. These are really easy and ways to tie your shoelace. Number 1, the military method. Now the military method is basically used by military personnel all over the world. Now this method is basically used for 2 reasons. Number 1 is to keep the leather of the boot slack. And number 2, when your feet gets injured, it's basically easy to remove. Just pull on it or get a knife and cut it and just pull on it and it's removed.
You start by taking your lace from the outside in. So by placing your lace through the hole from the outside in. Then take your right lace and from your right side go inside the left side of your lace hole. Take the lace and do the same thing on the left side. Take the lace from your left side through the hole of the right side of the boot. From where your lace is, go outside and pull inside. Do the same thing on the left side. Go straight up, in the hole, out, and then gently pull on it to keep it secure. Repeat the process all the way up, pulling as you go to keep the lace secure and tight. And then tie the knot. And there you go, that's the army method.
Number 2, the over-under friction-free. Now this method of tying your shoelace is basically used for when you're going out on camping or even just walking long distances.
Start from the outside in. Pull on it, make sure it's tight. Make sure the length of the lace are same. Now start from your right side, your lace, put it through the hole on your left side, underneath. So it's called an over and under. So from your right lace, go over, and the left side go over too. And then you repeat the process. So you go under, you go underneath, and then you go over, creating that X. And you continue the process. So you go under first and then over, X, going over, and then repeat the process until you reach the top of the boot. And there you go, you have the over-under friction-free method.
Number 3, the paratrooper. Now the paratrooper is purposely for supporting your ankles. The way it's tied, the laces, it's purposely to support your ankles. When you have a foot injury or when you're just trying to keep your foot stable, this is the best method to do.
Take your lace from the inside, go through the holes of the boot on both sides. So start from the inside and then pull outwards. Once you've done that, from your left side of the boot, you put it through the hole from an vertical position. So you put it through the hole on the left side, which your left lacer is, and from your right side, do the same thing. Now you can see there's a loop here. Now you go crisscross. So from your left lace, you take it and put it through the loop you created from the right side of your boot. Pull the right lace as you go. Do the same thing. Put the right lace in the loop that you created from your left side of your boot. Pull as you go to keep it secure and tight. Now you're gonna do the same thing. The lace which is on your right side, put it through the hole which is on the right side and do the same thing on the left, creating that loop again. And you continue, keep on doing this until you reach the top of the boot. Don't forget to pull as you go to keep it secure.
Number 4, the rope ladder. Now this is basically the same purpose as the paratrooper to support your ankles, but this one is a more fashionable. So when you're wearing some, like maybe let's say sneakers or other shoes that are fashionable, you can use this method too. It's more on the fashion side of the spectrum.
Now start from the inside out, through, and then at the top of the 2 laces, when you put it through, you crisscross it first and then second, and then pull it down, creating the twist effect. Pull on it, you put your lace through the eyelid of the boot from the inside out, and then you line up your lace and twist them 2 times. 1, 2, and then you see that effect and it's created, and you pull down on it, lock that down. Now you're gonna do the process all up until you reach the top of the boot.
And the last and final method is the Italian method. Now this method is basically used for securing your feet together, and it could be used as a practical sense and a fashionable sense. So fashionable sense, I mean you can wear it to occasions, events, and practical sense is when you going out on hiking and camping and when you're outdoors. It's like an all-rounder of a way to tie your shoelace.
So we're gonna start from the outside in. Now you're gonna make your left side of your lace a bit shorter than the right side. So line it up and just a quarter of short from the right side lace. Alright, so you measured your lace already and it's shorter than the other side, which is the right side. The right side is longer than the left side. So take your left lace, so start from under through the left side of your boot, which is the left eyelid, which is the hole of the boot. Put it through and then pull on it and over to the right side and pull on it to secure. You're gonna do diagonally, which is going down and then diagonally across the boot eyelid, and just a method of just going under to your left and over to your right, and then doing it until you reach the top of the boot. And there you go, that's the Italian method.
Those are 5 easy methods of tying your shoelace, and it is for functional use and also fashionable use. And I hope you enjoy this segment of Hatokman on House and Home. Until next time, I'm your host Jordan Dangi. Good night.
Welcome back to the show. Now, before we wrap things up, yesterday, Monday, the 12th of June, we celebrated World Day Against Child Labor. The International Labour Organization, ILO, launched the first World Day Against Child Labor in 2002 as a way to highlight the fight of children engaged in child labor. Observed on the 12th of June annually, this day aims to serve as a catalyst for growing worldwide movement against child labor. The UN believes child labor can be eliminated from the world if people and the government focused on the root cause and understand that social justice and child labor are interlinked. This year, the theme for World Day Against Child Labor is Social Justice for All and Child Labor. It emphasizes that the link between social justice and child labor is important to eradicate child labor in the world. This year will mark the 21st World Day Against Child Labor. The origin of this day can be traced back to 2000. For nearly 2 decades, there has been steady progress in reducing child labor. However, conflicts, crises, and the COVID-19 pandemic have plunged more families into poverty and forced millions more of children into child labor. World Day Against Child Labor is a reminder that child labor practices are a severe problem and it is necessary to address this issue. Child labor robs children of their innocence, their rights, and the normal childhood as they are forced to work in harsh conditions and often subjected to trauma. It is important to support and observe this day to amplify the message of eradicating this inhuman practice. And that's all we have for you for this week's episode on House and Home. Thank you all so much for your company. From all of us here at House and Home, enjoy the rest of your week. Keep smiling, be kind to one another, and we'll see you all next week Tuesday right here on House and Home.